Hello Aries, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo, and today I'm doing your tarot love reading. So let's just dive in straight away. I'm gonna do the main reading with my Dream Keeper's Tarot. I'm actually even gonna start with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck to pull a card of advice, general card, and then at the end I've got my Hermit Tarot deck where I'm gonna be pulling some cards from as messages from your love interest to yourself. So we're talking about like the energy of anyone you have in mind who you're dealing with right now. It could be your life partner, your, I don't know, love crush, your soulmate, your twin flame, whoever you have on your mind, basically. Let's get started. And please remember that this is a general reading, so take only what resonates. And if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. This really helps me circulate these messages with more people. All right, we've got the card Community. I love this card. It's got this cute giraffes here. It's number 8, number of action. It's about number of decision, I would say, and taking action on it. The Community card is a very straightforward card. Basically, you're reminded today that you're not alone. You're part of a community, even if it seems like that, right? These days, a lot of us are at home, and one way or another, we're a little bit more on our own than we used to be before the pandemic. So it's, even if you live with a family, it's still, you're a lot less among people than when you were out and about doing stuff. So it's natural to sometimes feel like you're not as connected to people of different groups, social groups, right? Because it's not obviously necessarily just family. Could be friends, work, some sort of hobby club, whatever sort of groups that you feel you're part of, that you're used to hanging out with or talking to. It's easier now because we can connect quicker, easier online, but it's also not like people are not that accessible to us. But the key is to figure out when you need somebody, when you need some support from an actual person, and turn to that person. And I'm not just saying like crying out for help, but just as a, you know, another voice, somebody to talk to tell them about what's going on in your life, maybe share some good news, right? Or share some little bit of sadness or anger, but still have somebody to share these experiences with. So don't forget that there is always somebody around who will be able to help. Or if you're not feeling like you need that, or you actually do have people around you, the other side of this card is remembering to give a helping hand to others in your community. That if you have energy, you know, resources to help out, there's always somebody who can really use your help. Whether it's a conversation, or it's a donation, or I don't know, volunteer work, you know, whichever way you feel like you can be helpful to the community. Okay. Alright. A lot of swords today, swordy gray energy, but let's see, the King of Cups, I like that. King of Cups for a person. And please take gender how resonates. I'm only doing like the Aries and their person without specifying gender either way. So even if the Court card is about is a specific like a king or a queen, specific gender, it's just the energy. One more card, please. Thank you. Okay, bottom of the deck, the Chariot. Or it could be dealing with a Cancer. The Chariot is basically a decisiveness to move forward with your plan. Especially with this card, it's kind of like taking charge of the situation and confidently moving forward. If you don't have confidence in this time, that's what you're guided to do. to be more assertive and confident in how you're stepping in. Not just wait for other people to kind of come around, help you out, guide you, but take more charge yourself, because you're the only person who knows really what your end vision is and what you're striving for and how you want to do this, right? That's the valuable part, especially if it's something we're talking about, some creative project. But it refers to relationship as well, yeah. So Aries, you've got 10 of Wands, Ace of Swords, and 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, so definitely there is an end of a cycle. And yeah, basically what I'm getting here with the skeleton and with the questionable tree here, that you thought that you could have this bunch of branches with green leaves and pretend that they're a tree, but really that's not how it works. So eventually you had to look in the mirror here that the skeleton is showing you and realize that yeah, accept that there's an end to this situation. There's an end to something that you were kind of like growing, taking care of it. With the 7 of Pentacles here, I'm getting that, and actually with the Ace of Swords, that there's a new idea in mind, a new creative pursuit for you. It could be connected with a relationship, like a new relationship. It could be like a creative idea. But you're asked to pursue that idea, that it's gonna get you a sense of balance. It's gonna get you healing of some old patterns that didn't work for you before, but you're asked to follow that idea the way you see it, like I was saying, without much of the counseling or advisory from others. But especially with this girl, she's walking on her own. You see her confidence, you know, her strengths, to be more confident in pursuing this path, even if you find yourself alone on it. Because it's possible that if nobody else did that before you, that you will be the first one there, and maybe there won't be anybody around you to turn to for advice just because people don't have that experience. But don't be put off by that. It's interesting. Your person has got 5 of Swords, King of Cups, and 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, so 2 5s. There are some changes happening with your person with regards to resources, with regards to self-awareness, I'm hearing, and people around them. Let's put it that way. They are kind of, with the King of Cups, they are trying to stay, especially in this deck, you can see that the head is depicted as a moon, it's part of the moon. They're trying to see clearly or to sense how they feel about people around them, and whose energy and whose vibration is adding to their day, is making it better, is making it happier, and who doesn't. And it's time to let those people go. Those are the changes that are on their mind, maybe even happening right now. I don't see the Wands here, which is the action card, but it could be. 5 of Swords is the shallow victory, but also kind of like being, I would say, stabbed in the back, almost like, or being attacked from the space where you weren't expecting it. So something is up for your person. I'm not getting that it's connected with the relationship, although for some of you this is a sense of loneliness, because you two had some sort of argument, some sort of interaction where they didn't feel like they play a central part in your life, and that got them into this 5 of Pentacles state, which is loneliness and sadness, being left out. But for a lot of you, this is connected to something else, like generally speaking, people around them. They're reevaluating of who is around and how they've treated these people as well, trying to find some balance in that. So it's more, yeah, just finding more balance so that they don't have to give their energy away for nothing. They're being more careful with it, to give it wisely, to give it and to receive it. For the connection, we have the Tower in reverse, we have 7 of Swords and 2 of Pentacles. So also some challenges that I'm seeing here, but that's only supposed to, so I'm getting for your Aries, it's only supposed to push you forward and to help you get into that chariot energy, to be more decisive about the new idea because of what's going on right now and all this uneasiness. See a lot of red as well, like all these swords and even the tower, right? I'm pointed to red, feeling of security, which is almost like muddy here. So there is a strong feeling of insecurity right now. And you see with the Two of Pentacles, this juggling and not being grounded and settled on your priorities, trying to do too much at a time. Maybe you feel like you have to do too much and be on top of everything. So it's hard to prioritize or to say no sometimes. The it's Seven of Swords, right? Wearing a mask, not being truthful about how you feel with people. It's not even about telling a lie. Sometimes it's just about not speaking your truth. Equally as bad. And with the Tower in reverse is basically just it's you not wanting to face what's going on at its face value, or kind of like trying to make it look nice or to tell yourself and others that you're okay when you're not. So you're kind of like delaying the Tower moment. But the truth is, and it's a major arcana, that it's not, you cannot avoid it. It's unavoidable. It's just about how big the explosion is gonna be, right? How much shock and dismay it's gonna bring. But Tower is unavoidable, and you can either do it on your terms, more on your terms, if you actually take a close look at what's going on around and where you're not taking care of yourself, or you're not stepping up for what you believe in, or you cannot speak your truth and be yourself. If you can take a look at those situations and start kind of untying those knots and solving those puzzles, it will be easier. Otherwise, at some point, those situations will have to transform anyway, and they will. But not on your terms anymore. Okay, messages from your person. There wasn't a lot about love here, but with the King of Cups from your person in the middle of it, I'm getting this kind of emotional maturity and actually like wise approach to feelings and emotions and to sharing love, right? Ultimately, those situations with the fives, it could be with work partners, could be with close people, right? And they're ultimately deciding in general and trying to analyze how they're receiving and giving love, and how they're treating people, how they're being treated by other people, right? Which ultimately, of course, has impact on your relationship. I'm not getting anything bad here, so for the most, I would say it's more about reflecting on if they don't feel like they give you enough, or that they can receive love safely, that they're exploring that to make it a healthier relationship at the end of the day. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, the first card of messages is time to ground yourself. Aries, it's time to ground yourself. Seriously, when your person says so. And you can see it. I love the ground yourself card together with the Two of Pentacles, where she's like flying in the sky. It's one of the elements of grounding, yeah, for sure. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. Reach out. Do you even see me that way? Have I lost everything? Yeah, you can see this desperation even in the cards and feeling of loneliness with the Five of Pentacles that we saw and the Five of Swords. They definitely do have some doubts. Maybe even from how they've treated you, or how they've responded to your love, to your pursuits. Take it how it resonates, but definitely they need some grounding, just like you do, and they need some compassion and some support. If this relationship is important to you, they are definitely in need of your helping hand and shoulder right now, your energy, to be there and support them in the time of need. Okay, I hope this has been useful for you, Aries. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye, guys.